This is an illustration of how to play songs in the key of C. So this is middle C here. And so the starting point is with the right hand to play the chords in the key of C. So we have C, and then F. This is C here, F is up here, and G, and then also the minor chords that are in the key. So we have A minor, which starts down here, D minor, which starts here, if this is middle C, and E minor here. And then ideally we want to be able to play the different inversions of the chord. And so what this means is if we're playing C, C right here, this is the root. The first inversion, we take this C and put it up here, an octave higher. So now we play this, then we play this. So it's the same sound. We're just moving this note here. That's the first inversion. And then the second inversion, we do the same thing again. We take this note and put it an octave higher. So, and then if we do it one more time, this note here goes to the top and we end up where we started. And so we want to be able to play the inversions because that lets us connect notes to make melodies. And we want to do that with the different chords. So if we have an F, this is middle C, an F chord, inversion, inversion, and back to the root. And same with G, A minor, and so forth. And so those are the tools that we need to be able to play a lot of songs. And then the left hand really can just play the root note, or it can play the root note and then the top note of the chord, the root note and the fifth note. So, and then G, F, and back to C. And sometimes the left hand can just play the octave. And then the last piece is just doing a little bit of toggling back and forth between the hands to be able to create a rhythm, which makes it sound fancy even if you're not doing very much. And all I did was C, and again, this is that inversion, right? So this is the second inversion. You can do different rhythms. And all I'm doing is just hitting the same chords, not moving the notes at all, but bouncing around between my left hand and my right hand. So then if we go to the songbook and look at some songs, here's I Hope You Dance. And a lot of what we try and do is you can just play the root chord and sing it, or you can try and match the melody a little bit with the inversion. So you could go like this. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. C, A minor. Get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never, F, never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. And all we're doing is and then you can also try to match it a little bit with the melody being played by the piano. So we kind of start the song up here. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. So just playing that inversion with the C on top. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. Get your fill to eat, A minor, fill to eat, but always leave that hunger. May you never, so I move it down, the F down here, never take a single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. And so all we're doing is the same thing, but using an inversion of the chord to try and match the melody. So instead of just playing this, I played this. And then the last thing you could try and do is connect the chords with little notes in between for the melody. I hope you never get your sense of wonder. Get your fill to eat, but never eat that hunger. And the notes you need usually start with the note in the chord. So, I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. And then when I go to the next chord, it's going to start on a note of that chord, so an A minor. Then we go to an F. There's the F chord. And then we're going to go to a G. And I'm just hearing the melody in my head and kind of fiddling around with the notes. Any white note will sound good. And so my left hand is just doing the octave, bouncing back and forth, or maybe the fifth, bouncing back and forth. So now we can play all these songs. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door opens, I hope one more opens. And now we do the minors, right? D minor, E minor. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And all I did there, instead of playing it this way, I played an inversion. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And I can do whatever I want with it. But it's super simple. When you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. And all I'm doing is playing A minor, F, C, G with some inversion. Hope you dance. I hope you dance. So for other songs, we'll do the same thing. For I Will Always Love You. If I should stay, I would only be in your way. So gotta go. Just a little toggle there with the notes on C. But I know I'll think of you every step of the way, and I will always love you. I will always love you. And you can do a little thing like this where you bounce around in the same chord, just different versions. And all I did was have my left hand bounce along with it. If we're going to play There Is Love, He is not, and the first thing I do is try and figure out what note of the chord does it start on. He is now. There we go. Okay, so that's the note, the top of the three, and just keep experimenting until you find the right note to start with. He is now to be among you at the calling of your hearts. And in that case, actually, since the note and the melody stays the same, you can actually keep playing the same top note, even though you change the chord. He is now to be among you. And that works for G, right? That's just a G inversion. But I'm going to keep the note the same when I play the F. At the calling of your hearts. So it sounds a little better when I keep playing that same note. He is now to be among you at the calling of your hearts. Rest assured this troubadour is acting on his part. I'm just playing A minor, C, G. The union of your spirit here has caused him to remain. For whenever two or more of you are gathered in his name, there is love, there's love. Now there's a cool sound here. This is a different chord. Right now we do this cool chord. And and it's a D. And so if this is a C, a D is just starting the next note up, just like a D minor, but then we play this sharp note, this black note right here in the D, so it's this. And so it's a pretty easy chord, but it sounds really nice. Could you do this way? Whenever two or more of you are gathered in his name, there is love, there is love. That's the D. And then here's the chorus. Well, then what should be the reason for becoming man and wife? Is it love that brings you here? And it's the same thing we did before. You can keep this melody note the same even though you change the chord from F to E minor. It doesn't quite fit, but I keep it here just in case to make it sound nice. For then what should be the reason for becoming man and wife? Is it love that brings you here, or love that brings you life? For if loving is the answer, then who's the giving for? Do you believe in something that you've never seen before? Oh, there's love. Oh, there's love, love. I keep making a mistake. Oh, there's love. It's an F and then to a C. Love. Then the D. And then F. And then C. And for Oh Holy Night, we'll do the same thing. Oh Holy Night. So you'll, that's where I start. Oh Holy Night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Again, just kind of toggling, bouncing back and forth between the hands to get whatever rhythm I want. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt his worth. So there's, again, another kind of unusual chord. It's just like the C. If you go down one to the B right below it, and then we're using these two black keys here, the D sharp and the F sharp. So you get this nice. And the soul felt his worth. And actually what you can do is play the E minor, and just these two notes, just move them down half a step to the black keys. So you get this nice sound. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. So you need that different chord to get that cool sound. A thrill of hope. And here, if you want another interesting sound, you can, instead of the G up here like this, you can play this note right below it and get an interesting sound as you move to the next chord. A thrill of hope. You hear that? The weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine. Oh, night when Christ was born. So that whole time I'm just playing the block chords. If you want to use the right hand to pick out the melody, you can do that. And all I'm doing there is G and to C and F and back to C. And you can finish it up that way with the C chord. And then Silent Night, a very straightforward song, nice and easy. And again, using all the same things we've talked about. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. And one thing you could do there if you'd like, when we get to the end, the all is bright, you could do a little walk up to the F. So you could go like this. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Round yon virgin mother and all I was doing is, since the previous chord, all is bright, and it's a C, so the left hand here, and you can use either one, whichever C you want, and you just walk straight up. And so you get this nice, cool bass sound, which is very simple, just walking up to the next chord. All is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. You can do the same thing there if you want to do that little walk from C to G. Sometimes you have to practice a little bit to figure out what the notes are. And that's just a G, G, tone A minor, and then back to C. And here you can do C to it and then add a little F. So I'm not changing the bass note, but just add a little F in here. And you could do the walk down again. Sleep in heavenly peace. All right, sleep in heavenly. So have fun with your chords, your songs in the key of C.